In today's fast-paced world, the concept of financial independence and early retirement is more attainable than ever, yet it remains elusive for many. One of the simplest yet most powerful strategies for achieving financial success is the idea of pay yourself first. This strategy can be the foundation for building wealth, creating financial security, and ultimately retiring earlier than most people expect. But what does pay yourself first really mean, and how can it help you get rich and retire early by 2025? First, let's break down what pay yourself first means. This phrase simply refers to the idea of prioritizing your savings and investments before anything else, including bills, luxuries, or even basic living expenses. It's a mindset that helps you build wealth by ensuring that you are consistently saving and investing a portion of your income as soon as you receive it. Instead of waiting until the end of the month to save whatever is left over, pay yourself first means that you pay yourself by setting aside money for your future before spending on anything else. The idea sounds simple, but it's not always easy. Most people tend to spend their money on immediate needs and wants, and by the time they've covered everything, they find there's little or nothing left to save. This is why the pay yourself first strategy is so powerful, because it forces you to take control of your financial future by automatically directing a portion of your income into savings and investments. This might require some discipline and planning, but with the right systems in place, it can completely change the way you manage your money. Why does this matter? To put it simply, the earlier you start saving and investing, the more time your money has to grow. Compound interest, the process where your savings earn interest and that interest also earns interest, works best when you give it time to grow. Starting early gives you a significant advantage over someone who waits to start saving later in life. If you can consistently save and invest a portion of your income from a young age, by the time you reach your 40s or 50s, you could have accumulated enough wealth to retire comfortably or even earlier than expected. But what about the reality of today's world? It seems like everyone is struggling with inflation, increasing living costs, and debt. How can you possibly pay yourself first when it feels like you can barely make ends meet? This is a common concern, but the good news is that you don't need to be earning a huge salary to start building wealth. The key is consistency, not the size of the amount you put away. Even saving small amounts consistently can have a massive impact in the long run.
For instance, if you start by saving just 10% of your income each month and gradually increase that amount over time, it can add up. It's also important to automate the process. Set up automatic transfers to your savings account or investment accounts right when your paycheck comes in. This way, the money is out of sight and out of mind, reducing the temptation to spend it. The next question is, what do you do with the money once you've paid yourself first? The answer is simple: invest. Saving money is important, but if you're serious about getting rich and retiring early, your money needs to work for you. That means putting your savings into investments that can grow over time, like stocks, bonds, or real estate. The sooner you start investing, the more time your money has to compound and grow. But you don't have to be an expert investor to make this work. In 2025, there are plenty of easy-to-use tools and platforms that can help you invest with minimal effort. You can invest in low-cost index funds, which track the overall market, or you can use robo-advisors that automatically manage your investments for you. The key is to start and keep going. Don't let fear of the stock market or the complexity of investing hold you back from taking action. In addition to investing in the stock market, it's also important to focus on building multiple streams of income. Relying on just one source of income, such as your job, can be risky. By diversifying your income, whether through side gigs, freelance work, or investments in rental properties, you reduce the risk of financial instability. The more income streams you have, the faster you can accumulate wealth and achieve financial independence. Another important aspect of paying yourself first is living below your means. This doesn't mean you have to deprive yourself of everything you enjoy, but it does mean making conscious decisions about where your money goes. Cutting back on unnecessary expenses and focusing on the things that truly matter can help you save more, invest more, and ultimately build wealth faster. It's not about living like a minimalist. It's about being intentional with your money and ensuring that your financial goals take priority. The beauty of Pay Yourself First is that it works regardless of your income level. Whether you're just starting out in your career or you're already making a good income, the principle remains the same. The earlier you start, the more powerful it becomes. But even if you're in your 30s or 40s, it's not too late to begin. By making small but consistent changes in your habits, you can still achieve financial independence and retire early. Now let's talk about the importance of having a plan. If you want to retire early, you need to know how much money you'll need to live comfortably and what kind of lifestyle you want.
Early retirement is possible, but it takes careful planning and budgeting. You'll need to calculate how much you need to save each year to reach your target retirement amount. There are many online calculators and tools that can help you estimate how much you need to save based on your goals. A big part of achieving early retirement is ensuring that you are not only saving, but also investing your money in a way that maximizes growth. If you're starting late, you may need to take more risk with your investments, but this should be done in a calculated and informed way. Don't gamble with your future, but be willing to take calculated risks in order to grow your wealth. Another tip for achieving early retirement is to continuously educate yourself about personal finance. The more you learn about money management, investing, and financial planning, the better equipped you'll be to make smart decisions that help you reach your goals. In 2025, there are countless resources available online, including blogs, podcasts, and YouTube channels where you can learn from financial experts and successful investors. It's also crucial to stay disciplined. The journey to financial independence and early retirement isn't always easy. There will be moments when you'll be tempted to splurge on unnecessary things or when it feels like your progress is slow. But if you stay focused and stick to your plan, you'll eventually see the results. The key is to be consistent with your savings, investing, and financial habits.
In conclusion, the principle of pay yourself first is not just a financial strategy, it's a mindset shift that has the potential to transform your financial future. In 2025, the path to wealth and early retirement is more accessible than ever, but it requires discipline, consistency, and smart decision-making. By prioritizing your savings and investments before anything else, you are setting yourself up for long-term success. This approach doesn't just apply to high earners. It works for everyone, regardless of income level, as long as you're committed to living within your means and making your financial future a priority. The road to financial independence and early retirement will undoubtedly have its challenges, especially in a world filled with distractions, inflation, and unexpected expenses. However, the key is to stay focused on your long-term goals and consistently take small steps toward them. Every dollar saved and invested is a step closer to a life of financial freedom, where you can retire early and live life on your own terms.